Hi everyone, welcome back to Needle Workshop. My name is Emily and I'm back today with another tutorial for our brand new pattern, which is inspired by Mitsuri from Demon Slayer. But in this case, the pattern can be used for several of the characters in the show. This pattern is available online for download along with the fully written tutorial. The pattern will be linked in the description box below. The written tutorial includes tons of info, such as how to properly measure yourself, how to print the pattern, along with some material suggestions and the tools used in the tutorial. As always, we worked really hard on this, so please make sure to check it out. Before we get started, I'd like to let you all know that we already have a video out that covers all the materials we've used for this particular project, including some extra fabric suggestions. There's also more info on the materials available in the instruction manual that comes with the pattern. As always, I suggest making a quick mock-up so you can get the fit just right for you. Though in this case, considering it's a pretty big oversized garment, take it with a grain of salt. Though do keep in mind that our kimono pattern includes different lengths depending on the character from the show that it's for. Also keep in mind that all our seam allowances are 1 cm from the edge unless specified otherwise. So now, without any further ado, let's get started. Take out your back piece and make sure that the shoulder and side seams are fully overlocked. Align your front piece, whose shoulder and side seam should also be overlocked, to the shoulder of the back piece. Sew in place right side to right side. Iron your seam allowance, open. Open up your bodice and you'll notice that there's a notch at both the back and front of your armhole. Take out your sleeve pieces. It should be fully overlocked with the exception of the hem. Align your sleeves to your bodice at the armholes right side to right side and sew in place between the front and back notches. There is also a third notch in the armhole of the sleeve that aligns with your shoulder seam. Iron your seam allowance open between the notches. Fold your kimono right side to right side, front to back. Align the side seams at the front and back bodice. This is optional, but if you wish to have straps to tie your kimono, you'll need to insert one of your straps into the right side seam at this point. The strap is inserted at the notch. For more info on how to make the straps, please refer to the written tutorial that comes with the pattern. Pin everything in place and sew, making sure to stop exactly where your stitch of the sleeve starts. Iron your seam allowance open and fold the seam allowance of the strap towards the seam allowance of the bodice and top stitch down to that seam allowance. Next, align your sleeve seams and pin down. Sew in place along the back of the sleeve and along the length of the arm. Do not sew the hem. Cut the excess seam allowance at the corner. Turn inside out. And iron flat. After ironing, top stitch the corner down 2 mm from the edge. The stitch should be anywhere between 2 to 3 centimeters. This will keep your corner secure from fraying. To finish the hem of the sleeve, start by first overlocking it. Right side to right side, sew from the top notch all the way to the seam allowance. Turn inside out and iron flat. Turn the opening of the sleeve in by 1 centimeter and top stitch that area into place. Optionally, sew in the strap at the left side seam. The strap should be sewn inside the garment by folding in one end of the strap and placing it along the seam at the height of the notch. Stitch in place with a stitch in the ditch. Make sure the strap faces towards the front of the kimono. Finish the hem of the kimono by folding it in by 1 centimeter twice and top stitching it into place. Take out your collar pieces. If you really want a stiff collar, make sure to interface those pieces. Personally, I opted out since I wanted it to be a more casual piece that I could wear whenever I pleased. Align your pieces at the center back where the double notch is and sew right side to right side. Iron the seam allowance open. Wrong side to wrong side, fold over along the longest length and iron flat. Make sure to overlock one of the longest edges. Right side to right side, fold the ends and stitch together. Bring your kimono back out and optionally place your 2 last straps along the center front edges aligned with your notches. Align the edge of your collar without overlock all along the center front and the neckline of the kimono. Make sure to align all your notches and seams. Pin in place and sew. Lastly, iron the seam allowance of the collar and kimono down towards the collar. Place the overlocked edge of the kimono down and stitch in place with a stitch in the ditch all along the collar. For reference, the end of the straps are folded in by 1.3 centimeters and top stitched twice. And with that, your kimono is done. Alright everyone, I hope this video tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you like this kind of content, then please give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of all our upcoming video tutorials. If you'd like to know more about our upcoming projects, then please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We share a lot of things there that we can't share here. Also, give us a shout out if ever you use any of our patterns or tutorials. We always love seeing your work and we love sharing it. So yep, that's it for today, folks. Until next time, good luck with your projects, guys. Bye bye.